Hey guys, I'm here today to tell you about my 1-week cruise to Alaska. It was incomparable to anything else I've ever done, and so let me show you why you should go on an Alaskan cruise, just like me. We cruised with the Disney Cruise Line, our favorite of all the cruise lines, and voyaged aboard the Disney Wonder, the cruise ship, one of Disney's oldest, that takes us all the way from Vancouver through the Alaskan area. Our trip lasted 7 days and took us from Vancouver to Skagway to Juneau to Ketchikan and back to Vancouver. Our first day we spent aboard the ship, exploring what would be our new home for the next 7 days. Our second and third days we spent aboard the boat, and on the third day, the boat took us all the way up to see a glacier, Dawes Glacier. On the fourth day, we had our first excursion. We took a van tour around some of the western parts of Canada and through Skagway. Our fifth day was our second excursion, and definitely my favorite stop of the trip. We stopped in Juneau, and we took a pretty intense hike all the way up to a glacier. Our final stop was in Ketchikan, where we took a brief hike through the rainforests of Alaska, and even got to see a bald eagle. Our last day we spent aboard the boat, enjoying our last glimpse of Alaska's beautiful views, and gorging ourselves with Disney Cruise Line's delicious food. Well, without further ado, let me take you more in depth into one of my favorite trips, our Alaskan Disney Cruise. On this day, we mostly just hung around the boat and got to see things like a water plane taking off. It was pretty chill, but it was nice. Before we went on any of our excursions, we got to experience Alaska from the cruise ship. We went all the way up to Dawes Glacier and got to see the icebergs passing by as our boat went through the icy Alaskan waters. On our way back from the glacier, we went through a strait which had super high winds and almost knocked us over multiple times. Here's our boat, the Disney Wonder, in Skagway, Alaska, which was our first stop of the trip. We took a van tour and got to see everything from mountains to wildlife. On the rest of our trip, we made quite a few stops on the side of the highway and would climb around and look at the beautiful waters and the mountains and things like that, because there was just so much to be seen in Alaska, and we didn't want to let these amazing views go to waste. One of our stops was at the Iditarod Musher Camp, where we got to directly interact with puppies and play with the older dogs that would, in the winter when there was snow, pull the sleds around. It was my favorite stop of the trip. Our next stop was Juneau, Alaska, where we took a glacier hike and stopped to look at the many beautiful views along the way. We got to climb on top of the glacier, and then after a bit, actually go under the glacier and look around down there. Our last stop was in the quaint town of Ketchikan. Our last excursion took us to the woods of Alaska, where we got to see some of the unique Alaskan greenery. It was hard for us to accept that it was our last day, but we still made the most of it. We enjoyed the views from the boat, we went to see characters, and we even ate, of course, at every place that we could find, like Pinocchio's pizza place. We watched shows like a live magic show and Jack Jack's Diaper Dash, where we got to see a bunch of babies running around and racing. It was really fun.
It's simply call a lady! Get on in! Putting back together, lining up the halves, remembering the laces separating. Misty's body, check it out. You can let go, we're done with that, sir. You can let go. You can let go over here. Thank you so much. Give them all a nice round of applause. They take this.
Thank you for joining me on my travels through Alaska. I know it's not the same to see it in pictures as it is to see it in real life, so I hope that one day you'll consider going on a Disney cruise of your own. So, as they say in the Disney community, see you real soon.